Nail polish removers. You can have nail polish remover in your carry-on luggage as long as it doesn't contain acetone, which is flammable. Also, acetone damages your skin and nails, so opt for acetone-free removers. Perfume and nail polishes. These are forbidden too, but not only because of liquid restrictions, but also for etiquette rules. Some passengers may be allergic to their smell, so avoid perfume and paint your nails at home. Mercury thermometers. In case you need to check your body temperature on board, make sure that your thermometer is either the electronic kind or made with alcohol, the one that contains red liquid in it. Mercury thermometers are strictly forbidden on board, as mercury is dangerous and very difficult to clean up if it spills. Magic 8 Balls. The problem is because of the liquid. Even though it has less than 3.4 ounces, it's pretty impossible to measure the exact amount inside the toy. Ask your ball if you can take it on board. It'll likely give you a "don't count on it" answer. Bowling pins. Wow. The security services claim that it can be used as a club, which can be dangerous. Or possibly the aircrew doesn't want anyone having fun in the aisle during a long and boring flight. So spare the trouble and strike that one off your list. Darts. Remember, no sports equipment is allowed, be it a fencing foil, a bat, or even darts. Darts are sharp, and sharp objects aren't allowed on board. Get the point? Knitting needles. Sometimes flights seem to be endless, and it's kinda nice to have something to do. If you're into crafts, beware of metal needles. They may not be allowed on board. Opt for plastic or wooden knitting needles and wrap them so they don't cause damage. Snow globes. Here we go again. Only a limited amount of liquids are allowed through security. If your snow globe is smaller than a tennis ball, it may be allowed, but it's better to play safe and check any snow globe. Liquid bleach. Do you have a few stains on your clothes that you want to fix? First, liquid bleach is not allowed on board since it's an implosion hazard. Second, white clothing is not the best choice for a flight. Third, the plane bathroom is far too small for laundering anyway. Hair bleach. If you're a hairdresser, no hair bleach is allowed on board. Sorry. Scissors are not welcome either, unless their blades are 4 inches or shorter. Cordless curling irons. Bad news for hairdressers again. Due to a gas cartridge filled with butane, these items are not allowed on board. Grab an electric curling iron instead for your best hairstyle. Cast iron pans. Basically, you can take any pan or pot on board if you feel like it. But cast iron is pure metal, so they're considered to be dangerous. They're also hefty, weighing no less than 4 pounds. It would probably be the only object you could carry on in terms of weight. Christmas crackers. Ho ho ho! These little paper packages can make a wonderful atmosphere of joy during the Christmas holidays, but they bring a mess on board. They make a crackling sound when pulled too, which can frighten other passengers. They're not allowed in check bags either. Gel insoles. Surprisingly, these soothing inserts are forbidden too. The problem is, it can be hard to measure the exact amount of liquid in them, so sorry, but not allowed. The same goes for gel candles. It's better to check them unless you want them to end up in the trash. Paints and turpentine. If you're an artist, you don't want your paint to get frozen in the luggage section. Security may be okay with your oil paints in your carry-on as long as they're under 3.4 ounces, but there's no way they'll allow extremely flammable turpentine. High heels and thick soles. They are not prohibited, but they can cause some problems. You may be asked to take them off to have them scanned. Sure, there are some plastic shoe covers, but airport floor germs. Wedding dresses. Pack it carefully, airports are dirty, and some dresses just don't fit in the X-ray machine, so it might need to be double-checked. Soft cheeses. These are considered to be liquids too. Any amount of more than 3.4 ounces can be taken on board in your stomach, but don't worry, hard cheese is not prohibited. Tent pegs. If you're a camper or hiker, you'll probably want to check as much of your camping luggage. But if you travel light with only a backpack, you will probably need to buy some tent pegs when you reach your destination. Since they're sharp objects, tent pegs are not allowed on board. Liquids. Pretty obvious. Still, you can sneak on the plane with more than 3.4 ounces of your favorite face cream by claiming it's medicine that you really need. Just notify the airport beforehand. This hack may be a little strange, but it works sometimes. Blenders. If you want to have a smoothie on your flight with the fresh fruits that are allowed on board, bad news for you. Blenders are allowed only if you remove the blades, so technically it wouldn't be a blender anymore. Drills. It's hard to imagine anyone having a drill in a 5-pound carry-on luggage, but anyway, these are not allowed. So if you want to bring home a drill as a holiday souvenir instead of the usual boring souvenir magnet, you'll have to check it. Dry ice. If you're looking to sneak onto a plane with a dry ice DIY fridge, you may fail. Dry ice is flammable, so safety regulations may prohibit it on board. You can bring up to 5.5 pounds of dry ice, but permission from the airline is required. Heating pads. If you want a heating pad, feel free to bring an electric one, even though you may not be able to take advantage of it during the flight. But gel heating pads are not allowed on board. Razors. Anything with an uncovered blade is not allowed through securities. A disposable razor or cartridge blades can be taken on board, but box cutters and knives, with the exception of a smooth butter knife, should be kept in your checked luggage. Soap bars. Generally, they're allowed on board, so don't panic if security wants to double-check your bag after scanning it. It just may appear a bit odd on the scan and mislead the officers. But liquid soap follows the universal liquid rule. Batteries. The rules for them vary. You are not allowed to bring spillable batteries in either your carry-on luggage or your checked luggage. But lithium batteries can be carried on board. They can't be checked, however, because if damaged, they can start a fire. Laser pointers. You travel with a cat, and yes, your pet loves playing with a laser pointer. But you gotta make do without it this time. Laser pointers are not allowed in either carry-on or in checked luggage. Walking sticks. When used as a mobility device, security may let you on board with it. Or they may not. It's best to play it safe and notify your airline in advance. Happy trails!